Yo, what is up? What is up? USC Insider, AJ HML. Yeah, RIP Hank Aaron, man. RIP Hank Aaron. Hammer and Hank. RIP the legend. We'll give everybody a second to get in here. Friday, January the 22nd. Hope you guys are all doing well. Got a lot to dive into today on a Friday. Indeed, a Friday. Phil, what's going on? Chad, Lindsay, Mike, RJ, Ryan, Rodney, John, where's your Yankee hat? It's in the closet. So it's in the closet. The merch just dropped. Yeah, really excited. You see behind me, I got this. Literally just dropped it across all social media and, of course, on the store. I will share my screen right now if you guys want to see it here. Let's see. Right here. Boom. So, yeah. Merch just dropped. If you go to tsus.store, we've got all of the Ass Kickin' Chicken merchandise. I'm also going to add stickers as soon as we get off here because I think these would look really cool as stickers. But you see, we got dad hats, long sleeve sweatshirts, hoodies, hats, trucker caps, T-shirts, all of it. So, and if you scroll down, you want it easier, I have the link on social media. If you go all the way to the bottom, you have the Ass Kickin' Chicken collection. So that's all it'll be. So really excited about this. Like I said, I went to my guy who's helping me out with graphics and merch and stuff like that. And was like, hey, man, I think it'd be cool to have like an Ass Kickin' Chicken t-shirt. And he was like, he basically told me to say less. So he made that graphic, made that logo, and really happy with how it turned out. So I've already ordered mine. It should be in the next couple of days. But yeah, if you guys want to check it out, again, tsus.store. Here, I'll even put the link in here. It's really simple. Like I said, I just uploaded it like 2 minutes ago. So it should be up there. Like I said, there's a huge selection of everything. So again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. Like I said, tsus.store. If you guys want to check that out, really excited. Aaron Bishop. I've already got a shirt that says all my homies hate Mike Bobo. I'm done with the hating Mike Bobo content or merch or what have you. So, yeah, Jacob, ton of merch. Yeah, absolutely. We're pumping out the merch. I'm really happy with it. Again, like I said, that was a big initiative for us in 2021 and something I really wanted to get after. So, really want to start doing a lot more of that, dropping a lot more collections, if you will. So the next one will probably be, I'm getting on this baseball merch right now. So we'll have a big baseball drop probably in the next week and a half or so because I want to get that out there to where fans can order and it be in by opening day, which is February the 19th, which shouldn't be an issue, but I want to go ahead and get that out there ASAP. So we're working on that right now. But like I said, I enjoy making the merch, and my guy came back to me with this fire logo, and I figured, why not? So like I said, check it out, tsus.store. And again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls. Had a great podcast drop this morning, episode 365, breaking down tomorrow's game against Auburn at Colonial Life Arena. And, of course, my final grades for Shane Beamer's coaching staff, which, of course, that's not going to piss anybody off, right? Like those are, I tell you what, those report cards and those grades, man, like they get under people's skin more than I could ever imagine, like, which I appreciate and I like it. That's a positive. People are talking about it, but I'll tell you guys this. I think I was actually more than courteous on my grades. I think I was. I really think I was, because if we're grading on a really strict A through F scale, I could have been a little bit more harsh, but I kind of went with my gut and how I felt about each individual guy. And I give the grade a B+ for the entire staff, and I give it that because, listen, there's still a lot of guys with a lot to prove. There's a lot of guys with a lot to prove. Again, I do agree with fans that say it's really tough to grade these hires until we see things on the field, right? Like a guy like Greg Adkins, for example, he's going to be judged off of how the offensive line plays. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, these guys have all got good experience, but like, how does their specific unit play? You know what I mean? So that's how they're going to be judged. But I think I was more than courteous with the grades. But again, I feel good about these guys. I feel good about this group. And again, I think a B+ is I think it's a solid staff overall. I really do. Again, only time will tell. We got to see what happens on the field. That is the big thing. But overall, I feel like a B or a B+ is the right grade for the staff. Because again, there are a lot of quality coaches with a lot of quality experience. And the big thing is this is a bunch of guys with a chip on their shoulder and they all want to be here. But at the same time, of course, like I said, these guys have a chip on their shoulders because all of them have like something to prove. So a lot of them have got stuff to prove. So, we'll see what happens. Lance, what's going on, man? Rodney Creel, what's up? Yeah. Like I said, it's a preseason poll, man. It's just something fun. You know what I mean? Just something fun to do. So, yeah. But again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls. You want to call in and debate me on it? I will open up the phone lines here. Make sure they're open. Yep, they're not even open. I will go ahead and open up the phone lines. Again, would love to have you guys call in. You guys want to chat about the hires. We can talk about the basketball game tomorrow. We can just talk shop. You guys want to talk about Hank Aaron, RIP, rest in peace, passed this morning. Whatever you guys want to do. All right, let's go to the phone lines here. Oh, I don't know what just happened. All right, if that was you, just call back in. I don't know. I think somebody hung up. I don't know what in the world just happened there. Yeah, guys, 843-790-3377. Ronnie Ferguson, my concern is can they bring in big-time recruits? Well, I would certainly hope that they wouldn't have gotten hired if they couldn't bring in big-time recruits. That's without a doubt, that's part of the job. You know what I mean? You got to be able to recruit. So, Rodney Creel, last staff was a solid F, so I'll take it. Well, I'll say this, though. We didn't think that in the beginning, right? We didn't think that when they were hired. So that's why I'm kind of – that's why I put out the clip the other day, and I was really trying to play devil's advocate because it's like I told you guys, I'm giving Shane Beamer the benefit of the doubt. I'm fully on the Shane train and everything, but, it's going to be proven on the field. My only point was this. Press conference victories don't equal on-field victories, so just try to keep a level head about it. You know what I mean? Like, most coaches in college football crush the press conference. That's just, like, kind of part of the job. So, Will Muschamp crushed the press conference. T-Rob crushed the press conference. What do they do on the field? That's where they're going to be judged. It's a result-oriented business. But again, there's nothing wrong with being excited about it. I'm just saying keeping it in mind. And again, playing devil's advocate. But, overall, I'm fired up for this staff. Like I said, I think it's a bunch of quality coaches. And maybe they aren't the biggest, flashiest names, if you will. But I'm actually glad that's the case because I'm glad South kind of decided to think outside the box. I think that was the move. Roll the dice, take a chance, and get guys that truly want to be here and see the value of South Carolina and see what happens. So, let's see. Tyler Noll, the most reservations with Satterfield. I feel like that was the biggest hire that has to be right because let's face it, our offense was one-dimensional last year. He's got to get them right. Yeah, that's a big one. And that to me, that's going to be the top storyline from these assistant coaches going throughout the offseason. That's by far going to be the top storyline. Does Satterfield, does he pan out? And what do you see? Phil Harris, Road to Glory today. Yes, you probably saw I just scheduled it 5 o'clock today. We're going to do it. I actually completely reinstalled the mod. So we should be okay in regards to the issues we had before. I'm hoping, I'm praying. I'm probably planning on doing a Road to Glory today and tomorrow. Hell, we may go Sunday too. I don't know. Thomas Walker, what up? Great day to be a Gamecock. What's up, man? Appreciate you tuning in. Definitely a great day to be a Gamecock as always. So, like I said, the merch drop just happened about 10 minutes ago, guys. The Ass Kicking Chicken line. If you go to tsus.store, you literally cannot miss it. Really excited about it. You guys check it out. Let me know what you think. Would love to hear you back. Really, really excited. Let's see. Phil, appreciate you, by the way. I saw that order come in, man. The first order for the Ass Kicking Chicken merch. I appreciate you. Seriously. Thank you. Let's see. RJ Kelly says Satterfield is definitely a risk taker, so I don't see us being conservative. Maybe that'll translate into production. Yeah, and again, it'll be interesting to see what these guys can do with the talent you have on the roster the first year, especially because this first year is kind of who knows what you're going to get, right? Who knows what you're going to get? I mean, you got to, what type of roster do you have coming back? What can you get out of the new guys? It'll be interesting for sure. Aaron Gibson says B- would have liked to have seen one big name to draw attention, but I think this staff has a lot of positives, young go-getters R.I.P. Big Hammer and Hank, indeed. Yeah, R.I.P. Hank Aaron for sure, man. But no, I agree with you. I mean, listen, I think anywhere from a B- to a B+ is a fair grade. I think probably B is right about where this staff is. Again, I gave him a B+. But I think B is very fair because, again, like I said, I think it's quality. I think it's quality coaches, some really great experience, especially on the defensive side. I'm really excited for Clayton White and Torian Gray and Jimmy Lindsey. I think those are really, really quality coaches on that side. But there are question marks too, and there are guys that have a lot to prove. And again, we're not going to know the answers to those questions until we see it on field, right? We're not going to know the answers to those questions until South Carolina takes the field in 2021 and we kind of start to see, hey, how have these guys – have these guys developed certain players? Have they developed talent? Again, of course, we're obviously going to see it on the recruiting trail as well. So, Lance, I appreciate you, man. I know you'll be ordering it for sure. The stuff's fine. I think it looks awesome, to be honest with you. So, you guys will probably see me rocking it next week when I get it in. Savannah Webster, what size is Chris? Crops and normal. Love the logo. So, yeah, right now it's normal. I can make some crop tops if you'd be interested. I would love to expand the merch on the women's side for sure. So I'd be more than happy to do that. If it'll sell, I will do it. So, but right now the sizes, I mean, heck, I think we offer everything from small to 3X, 4X. I don't know. I mean, pretty damn big. So, Lance Player, I know one thing for sure, our wide receivers will be better in 2021. Yeah, I don't think they can get much worse. I like Step a lot too, man. I think Step was a really, really good hire. So, Cowboy John, what's going on? Cowboy John in the building. No, again, it's funny. I'm sure there's going to be people freaking out over the report card. It's like every report card I've put out, people are just losing their minds. Like, and again, I'm like, dude, I think I've been pretty kind, honestly. Like, I feel like I could have been much more harsh than I was. I mean, heck, I gave Luke Day a C+, and people wanted to, exile me from the freaking fan base. It's like, dude, I mean, not everybody's an A. You can't give everyone an A. You just can't do it. You got to be real about it. So, let's see. Brandon Wagner, I'm excited for the kid out of Georgia Tech. I am as well. Yeah, I think he's going to be a big-time player. Marion Brown, I mean, you saw what he did in Atlanta. I just, I will expect him to be a major contributor from day one for South Carolina. Brian Dean says, first year, I say 8-4, A+ on the coaching staff because they're young and have something to prove. I got a great feeling about 2021. Year of cocky, sky is the limit. And I as long as they coach like an A+ staff, whatever. I'm down with it. So, Kyle Rose, what's going on? Let's see. Aaron Gibson with the mess at Tennessee. Has anything been said about Bryce Thompson? Yeah, he's actually going to the NFL. He's going to the draft. So Bryce Thompson's not. The one to watch for is Jalen Hyatt, the wide receiver from Dutch Fork. Will he come to Carolina? So I've heard some rumors that might be a possibility. Don't know for certain, but yeah, we'll see. Let's see here. Lance Player, this guy Sam Reynolds coming in as electric and makes plays. Excited to see if he can make something happen. Yeah, I think we got some good players coming in, man. Well, it'll be interesting to see, like I said, how Shane Beamer fills out the rest of the class and, just fills out the rest of this team, really. Again, I think it's going to be – you're going to see it be transfer portal. We've already seen that. I think that's what you're going to see. So, Andrew says girls basketball team winning a natty this year, calling it. Yeah, I think that, to me at least, I think that's a given. So, I'd be pretty damn surprised if Dawn Staley's crew did not win a title this year. Phil Harris says, let's be real. I hope the staff works out, but all this talk of culture, et cetera, will mean nothing if we don't win the games we're supposed to. I want to believe, but the W's is what matters most. Hit the nail on the head, my friend. It's a results-oriented business. I don't think this dude realizes that. I don't know if he's – I don't know what this – never mind. Okay. Brian Dean says 247 reporting Muschamp is on UGA's staff. Really? Is that like official now? I mean, I saw rumors and everything, but is that official? Yep, Muschamp looks like reportedly lands at Georgia. I don't know. I don't think it's official by UGA, but God, what a Jesus. What a guy. What a guy. What a guy. Jonathan Bowe, what's that saying, Chris? Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. It's your opinion. You'll be right or wrong or in between. No reasons for people to get their knickers in a twist. No, I mean, it's just funny to me. I mean, like I said, it's whatever. I think it's fun. I mean, dude, I love the feedback. I love the feedback. So it's that's what makes it fun. I like the banter. You know what I mean? I really do. So again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls 843-790-3377. Phil Harris, when is the combo of the quarterback and 6'8" wide receiver from Saint D2 school committing? They've basically made it clear they're coming to South Carolina. It's just all about getting approved through the school or like their grade side of things. So I don't think there's any question they're coming to Carolina. They've basically said that already. So Jay Rowland, honestly, other than seeing Lloyd, I'm the most excited about Debo at linebacker. Yeah, I'm excited for that too. I'm hoping our linebackers can take a major jump. Kyle Rose, do you think Gunner comes back or has he gone to Auburn for good? It's tough to say. I'd probably lean he will not come to South Carolina just from everything I've heard. I don't know though. I mean, it's all a guess. It's all a guess at this point. So can Connor Shaw get in his ear? Can Shane Beamer get in his ear? Can Satterfield get in his ear? I don't know. But, like I've said before, man, all we got's all we need. If he'd rather follow Mike Bobo to Auburn than come to South Carolina and be part of a growing program that's going places, then you know what? Whatever. It is what it is. So we want people that want to be here, bottom line. Justin Bell, what's going on, man? O'Brien Funderburk, Mike Wyman is like 6'4" and redshirted last year, and Caldwell from Northwestern is 6'4", so there will be a nice mix of speed and size on the perimeter. Yeah, and that's the big thing I talked about with the wide receiver position, man, is I'm intrigued to see the job Justin Stepp does because I have a hard time believing that you just don't have options at wide receiver. You know what I mean? Out of Mike Wyman, Jakari Caldwell, and Rico Powers, I'd think at least one of those guys is going to be a contributor for you. So, Cowboy John says, I have full support in Beamer to turn our program around. As do I. Yeah, now, listen, I'm excited for Beamer. I'm excited for Beamer for sure. Let's see. Another Debo. Yeah, we got another Debo on campus. So, Chandler Davis, Muschamp never cared about the culture. The fact that Beamer is making moves to enhance the culture is a big deal. I agree. Yeah, I agree. I agree for sure. Phil, Muschamp taking a private jet to UGA's practices, commuting from his island must be nice. Yeah. Can't hide it, can you? Can't hide money. C-Mill _95, Muschamp at Georgia. Let's go kick their ass in real fashion this year. Yeah, I would. God, I'd love that. I would absolutely love that. That's for damn sure. Savannah Webster, did Bell transfer? Are you talking about Jaheim Bell? Because I don't think so. He's been like one of the guys parading Shane Beamer this entire offseason. Where would you have seen that he transferred? No, I think Jaheim Bell is fully on. Yeah. Yeah, he's fully aboard. I don't know unless it's a different Bell. I don't know. Owen Turner, I believe Cam Smith will make a huge impact on our defense next season. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you 110%. I think Cam Smith is going to be our top defensive back. And, from things I've heard, like I said, from a current player on the team even, I'm really excited for Cam Smith. I think he's going to be a big-time ball player for us. Jaden Harris, what's going on? Lance Player. Yeah, listen, if nothing else, it's a breath of fresh air. Things definitely feel much better and much different with this staff than they did with the previous. There's no question about that. So you really feel like you got a group of guys who have a chip on their shoulder. They're hungry. They want to be here. They believe in what South Carolina can be, and they believe in the culture and the direction that Shane Beamer's leading this thing. So, no, you're good. Yes, no, you're fine. Yeah, Jaheim Bell definitely going to be a playmaker for us next year. I'm excited for Jaheim Bell. Yeah, I think he's going to be a stud. Let's see. You guys taking questions, comments, calls. TGIF, Friday, January the 22nd. Like I said, if you have not done so, check out the podcast that dropped this morning, episode 365, breaking down the Auburn game tomorrow. If you guys want to talk basketball, we can do that. But breaking down the Auburn game tomorrow, and then, of course, giving my final grades for Shane Beamer's coaching staff. Coaching staff saga has finally come to an end. So, Elizabeth Ballard's podcast from yesterday made me even more excited for baseball season. Yeah, I'm fired up. I'm definitely fired up for baseball. Probably, what's the schedule? Probably Tuesday, Thursday again of next week. We'll break down first baseman and second baseman. So again, we'll be doing that every single week leading up to opening weekend or opening week. Yeah, for sure. Opening weekend, whatever. And then that week, the week of opening day, I will have a full breakdown of the season, give my full predictions, everything, projected lineups, all that good stuff. So it's going to be really fun. It's going to be a lot of fun for sure. Skyland Reed Davis says, when are fans going to start holding Frank accountable like they did Muschamp? Drop mic on that one. I don't know. You know what the thing is? I'll tell you this, Skyland, the reason they probably never will is because there's just not as much pressure in basketball. Our fan base doesn't care about basketball as much as they care about football, and that's just the bottom line. So, Owen Turner, do you think we would make changes to our current football uniforms? If so, what would you like to see? If we did, I would love to just go back to those first couple Spurrier unis. I'm a big less is more guy with football uniforms. Very much so, less is more. Phil Harris would love to see some live interviews of Gamecock greats on the 24-hour live stream. Like I said, Phil, that'll probably be in a couple of weeks, because I think what would be really, really fun is to do the live stream where there's a baseball and basketball game on the same day, like on a Saturday. I think that would be the most convenient way of doing it. And it'd be tough in the middle of the week too, just because, yeah, there's just complicated. I don't know. I got to figure that out. I don't know. I could mix it up and just say in the middle of the week, whatever. I'd like to do it on a day where there's two games. I think that'd be cool. Yeah, Aaliyah Boston's a beast, by the way. Aaliyah Boston triple-double last night. Carolina Rangers, do you think Frank Martin will turn South Carolina basketball around this season? I mean, it's tough to say, man. They have the talent. I truly believe they have the talent. Tomorrow's game is a big one. Come back home. You got to protect your home floor. We all know that it's tough to win. We all know it's tough to win on the road, right? I mean, it is. Even with the pandemic stuff and you don't have full crowds, it's just tough to go on the road and win. But with that being said, you got to protect your home floor. You've got to protect your home floor. So tomorrow's a big – I just fear – I really fear tomorrow, man, if you lose that game, and especially if you look ugly doing it, if you fall to 1-3 in SEC play, the chatter's really going to start. You know what I mean? The chatter is really, really, really going to start. Lance Player says, dude, that Ask Chicken trucker hat is fire. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. It turned out well. I appreciate it. The trucker hat definitely turned out well. So, appreciate the love, my friend. Let's see. RJ Kelly, over-under wins for baseball. I'd probably put it at 35.5 over-under. So, all right, let's jump to the phone lines here. Hey, Alan, man. How are you?
What's up, Chris?
Just hanging out, man. What's up?
I made a comment earlier about Frank. When fans are going to start holding Frank accountable like Muschamp. But my thing is, like, Frank runs that slow-paced, tough defense style of play with no offense, and everything is fun and gun these days.
Right.
You just can't slow it down anymore.
It feels like it feels like we're talking about football again with you saying something like that.
Yeah, like It's like you can't be teams scoring 50, 60, 70 points a game. It's always shootout. Every sport's a shootout, even in college baseball, where the Gamecocks used to win on great defense and elite pitching. And now elite pitching gets beat by elite hitting, and it didn't used to be, but now it is. Everything is an offensive style game now.
Right. No, yeah, I mean, and the crazy thing is that you have the talent. Frank does. I mean, you have the shooters. I mean, I think you do to play that style. But yeah, I mean, I've been really surprised, especially in the Missouri game, just the defensive breakdown. I mean, you gave up 58% from the field. And I don't know, man. Like I said before, I'm so torn on this season because there's a part of me that's like, oh, it's a wash, COVID. That's been a real issue for Carolina, but it's like, dude, everybody's having to deal with it. So can you really, you know what I mean? You can't just say, oh, the season's just a wash. I mean, there's still people getting paid millions of dollars to coach. You know what I mean? And as long as that's what's going on, it still matters. It still has to matter. So I don't know. I mean, again, you got an opportunity to turn it around tomorrow, but I'm just really worried if you lose tomorrow and especially look bad doing it and you fall to 1-3, things are going to start to really, that quiet chat. Because I feel like right now it's still pretty quiet chatter about Frank. That chatter is going to get louder and louder and louder if South Carolina keeps losing games. So
my thing is with that though, you got Frank Martin running the Gamecocks. Like, there's somebody out here that could do just as good as he's doing with these Gamecocks, or maybe not even better. You can go get an assistant, or go get somebody at a smaller school that's making the tournament every year. That can lead the game. Look at the dude from Virginia Tech that was coaching at Wofford.
Right.
He's got them Hokies rolling right now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, dude, like I will say this to kind of the point you said, man, like I don't understand why a lot of fans are just so sensitive over, and I think I kind of know why. And I think it's because it's almost like I equate Gamecock basketball and fans of Gamecock basketball too. We were in a terrible relationship with a toxic girl that it was awful. And we got out of that and we got a better girlfriend that things aren't perfect, but it's better. And we're so scared to go back to, if we break up with this person, we might go back to another toxic thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like fans are so scarred from like the Darren Horn era that they're scared to move on from Frank Martin because they're like, well, at least it's better than it was. And that's a poison, bro. That's a cancer, a defeatist mentality. I don't get it. Because I'll tell you this. I like Frank. I'm not on the fire Frank train or anything crazy like that. I like Frank. I think he's a good basketball coach. I think he's a good dude. His players that play for him, they love him, blah, blah, blah. But like any other school, he'd be fired. There's just no other way to put any other school. He would not be there anymore. He's made the tournament one time in 9 years, and that's just a fact. So what are we doing? You know what I mean? And if you don't make the tournament with this roster, I don't care about COVID, bro. I don't want to hear excuses. If you don't make the tournament with this roster, because you're not going to be better next year. There's just no way. You're not going to be better next year. You're losing Lawson. You're going to lose Mania. You probably lose. Maybe you lose Keyshawn. I mean, you're not going to be better, bro.
Hannibal's going to transfer. Hannibal's going to get out of there. I think Hannibal should be starting over with Seven Woods.
Yeah. Oh God.
Hannibal
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah. Time.
Yeah. So I'll put it to you this way, man. I'm kind of like this. If they wanted to bring Frank back, so be it. If they wanted to move a different direction, I'd be totally fine with it. I don't know if indifferent is the right word, but I'm kind of just down the middle right now. But again, when you're getting paid millions of dollars, again, college basketball is the same as college football. It's a results-oriented business. If you're not putting the results out there on the floor, something has to change, bro. Like, I will say this. If you want to bring Frank back, fine, but you got to change something. You have to change something. Yeah. You can't just go into next year like, yeah. So
9 years made the tournament one time.
I know there's a lot of fans, again, that they love Frank because for some of our fans, the Final Four run was literally the highlight of their USC fandom. And I get that. I appreciate that.
He did
but
nothing with it, though. He did recruit off of it.
Right. I mean, I agree. And I guess maybe I'm a little less attached to that because I think people know me. I'm more of a baseball guy than a basketball guy. Like, that run was cool, but there are a lot of football games that I put ahead of. yeah, there are a lot of football games. I put winning back-to-back national titles in baseball over the Final Four run. I know a lot of fans don't feel that way. So, and again, I'm not trying to like take away from how great that was, but yeah. So
South Carolina, that Final Four run South Carolina had, we were not the best 4 teams in the nation.
right.
We just got hot at the right time, and we played teams that matched up well to our strengths versus their weakness. So when we played this Duke and Oregon and Florida, our strength, their weakness, and that just helped us out to carry us to the Final Four.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, just back to the point, though, I don't understand why – I'm not saying South Carolina should, like, make the tournament every year or anything crazy like that, but once every 3 years, is that really asking that much? I mean, because I hear people say, like, oh, it's hard to win at South Carolina, it's hard to recruit, this excuse, that excuse, and I totally understand that. Like, I get that, but, dude, a program like Alabama's winning. They're not a basketball school. Like, even I look at a team like Florida, Tennessee. Like, yeah, I'm like, dude, you don't have to be a blue blood to win enough games to go to the tournament. They invite 64 teams. Like, nobody's sitting here saying South Carolina should be beating Kentucky and winning the SEC and all that. Like, but like making the tournament, that just once every 3 years. And I said, I'll tell you this too, just kind of in closing. I said this last year, probably around this time, or maybe it was like March or April or something, that my biggest thing is this in every sport on campus. And I know this is probably why you love Carolina baseball too, man, because I know we're obviously diehard baseball guys. What I love about Carolina baseball, there truly is a standard of winning and of excellence. And with Carolina baseball, there's no gray area like in football where it's like, if he makes a bowl game this year, he does. Carolina baseball is like, all right, you either make the postseason in advance, and if you don't make the postseason, you're going to get fired. Like there's no gray area there, right? Like there isn't.
And Kingston might be on his way out of the door if he don't make the postseason.
Right. That's how tough. That's how the expectations are there, and they're there for good reason. Like South Carolina baseball is a fantastic program, and you have all the talent, you have the facilities, and you have the fan support, and you have the tradition. But my question is this: all I want to know is, as a fan for football and for basketball especially, what are the minimum expectations? Like, you just need to, because, hey, if we're okay with just making the NIT once every 2-3 years and making the tournament once every 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 years, just let me know. Like, so I stop getting my hopes up and excitement up to think, hey, this could be a tournament team. Because, if that's not the case,
I don't like that.
I don't either. But like,
I win. I don't care what it takes. I want to win.
And I think South Carolina fans have shown that, they do love their basketball. Like, I don't buy into this thing where it's like, I see people say, oh, we're a football school. I understand football moves the needle more than any other sport. Trust me, with me and what I do and making content, I see the views, and I totally get it. There are some people that only tune into Carolina stuff for football stuff, and that is totally fine, and that's great, and you need those people. But with that being said, I think one of the reasons that is, for lack of a better way of putting it, Carolina basketball, we're just not good enough to care. Like, we're just not good enough to care. But Dawn Staley has shown, if you put a good product on the floor, they will come. If you build it, they will come. I mean, people are showing up, and I'm not trying to take away from it when I say this. People are packing the house for a women's basketball game, dude. Like, if men's was on the level of women's, bro, it would be packed every game. You wouldn't be able to get a ticket. So, like, this whole thing is like, yeah, we're a football school, and that moves the needle more than any other. But, like, I really do believe Gamecock fans love their basketball. They just want to see a good product on the floor. Like, they want to stop seeing these inconsistencies and getting their hopes up, and then the team falling flat on their face. And, unfortunately, the only thing that we're known for, and again, I like Frank, but the only thing we're known for is Frank Martin's tirades on the sideline. Me getting to post a funny video of Frank Martin mouthing effing asshole and making a joke out of it. That's what we are. That's what we're known for, basically. Like, so this kind of is what it is at this point. So I don't know, man. I know it's a weird year with COVID, and hey, we might win tomorrow, and we might right the ship and go on a little streak, which what we need to do. But I'm just saying, you don't make the tournament this year, COVID be damned. You got to take a serious look in the mirror and figure out what the hell is going on. You know what I mean? Because, like, what?
One more question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Frank. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
The way Frank coaches, the yelling and the fussing and the screaming, I mean, kids don't go well with that these days. This ain't the 80s and the 90s where, like, it's either shut up and play or go home and the kids are going to shut up and play. The kids these days will quit on you in a heartbeat. Mm. And they're not going to come and play for you if you're talking to them like that. You basically, these kids, this generation these days, you have to baby them.
Mm.
And I don't feel like Frank will ever get the talent because of the way he coaches.
Mm. Yeah, no, I was just going to say this too, man. A little bit earlier is like, dude, if the results don't matter, just give Frank Martin a lifetime deal. Like, just go ahead and do it. Just get it out of the way. You know what I mean? That's kind of what it feels like they're doing right now. So, but I agree with you. Listen, it's not being a hater. It's not like attacking Frank Martin or what. It's just calling the fact his coaching style. It takes a certain type of player and person to play for him. And at a place like South Carolina where recruiting is already limited because you don't have great tradition, you're surrounded by blue bloods, and then you're going to limit yourself even more by the type of players you're going to get. I mean, and I don't know. I mean, I like Frank a lot, but there's a reason we've seen so many guys transfer. I think there's a reason, too, that the guys that stick it out and play for Frank and have success, they love him because you build that bond, but not everybody flourishes under that. I don't think a guy like Trey Hannibal flourishes under that, personally. Like, I don't think Hannibal flourishes under that.
Trey Hannibal was a stud, but he don't get no playing time.
Right.
Especially over Seventh Woods. The Seventh Woods, I don't like the bass players. But Seventh Woods is trash. Last year, you had the number one player in the state, Miles Tate, want to come to be a Gamecock. That's starting at Butler right now as a freshman.
Yeah.
Want to be a Gamecock, but you took a Seventh Woods house for 1 year.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, like I said, I'm not gonna just like openly bash him, but to me, this isn't openly bashing. Seventh Woods has been bad. There's just no other way to put it. He's been bad. I mean, he has been bad. like I didn't come into the season with like these crazy high expectations. One of my really, really good buddies is a really big basketball guy. He's a UNC fan. And so he watched Seventh and he kind of told me and gave me, and he played college basketball. So this guy knows basketball. And he just kind of told me, he's like, hey man, like I caution you not to get too hype over Seventh. Like I don't think he's that great of a player.
He's not good.
I don't know dude, again, I didn't have these crazy high expectations of him, but man, he has struggled. I mean, I can't believe he's still starting. So I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Trey Hannibal should start over him. Trey should start over him.
Yeah.
Anyway, before I go, I want to give you my projected lineup. I got,
go ahead.
We talk about baseball. I got Malone third. Short could be the battle to watch. You got Jalen and George. Right now, George is going to probably edge him out, but they say Jalen is right behind George. And you got Heinrich at second. I'm going to go with Setterfield at first because now since Alex is hurt, Wes Clark's going to have to step up in that catcher role with Colin Burgess. So I'm going to put Wes at DH, Colin at catcher. I will put, Eister left, Fields at center, and right Allen. And my Friday, Saturday, Sunday guys are going to be Barr, Jordan, and Bobby. Yeah. That's what I'm rolling with.
Yeah.
Opening day one.
Yeah, that sounds about right, man. That sounds about right. I feel good about that lineup too, honestly. I feel really good about that lineup. So I know you're obviously.
You got depth.
Yeah, you got depth, especially in the pitching staff. You got
the Wimmer on the bench. You got either Khalil or Jalen coming off the bench. You still got Myers with a great glove.
Yep.
In center field, if Fields don't work out for you, I mean.
Yeah. No, it's as deep, and that's why, like you said, as far as the quote unquote pressure, I feel like you don't even have to say it because there's pressure to win at Carolina baseball. Right. We know the standard, but that's why this team minimum's got to be at minimum got to be a postseason team, and I'd probably say hosting a regional. I mean, this team, and again, I would caution fans. Like I said, the SEC's tough. So if you go 15-15 or 16-14 in the league, that's pretty damn good because the SEC is loaded top to bottom, but that'll be good enough to get you to host a regional. And again, I think this team has that capability, especially with that pitching staff. So, all right, cool. Skyland, appreciate the call, my friend. 843-790-3377, guys. Great conversation, taking your questions, comments, calls as well. We can talk about whatever. Again, really interesting stuff. Obviously, getting his perspective on Frank Martin and everything. I would love to hear you guys, just kind of what you guys think on it. Again, I like Frank Martin. I think Frank Martin's a good coach, but I mean, it's a results-oriented business, is it not? It's a results-oriented business. So you gotta win games. You gotta win games, bottom line. Brent Brooks, what's going on, man? Pack show today. A lot of fun. Loving it on a Friday. You guys, I know I missed a couple of calls. So if you guys want to call in, 843-790-3377. The number is below. Let's see. Samantha Webster's, Anderson a hidden gem or just a down day for our stars? I think a little. I don't want to take away from the guy, but I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, I think Trey Anderson made the most of his opportunity, which is all you can ask for. He definitely made the most of his opportunity, but is he truly one of our top 5 guys? I don't think so. So, Brandon Prothman, what's up, man? What's going on? Any idea how many analysts we have and are looking to hire? Honestly, I do not know. I have no idea what Shane Beamer wants to do in that regard. HML sent a text. All right, let me check this. My apologies if I missed your call. We got a few texts. Okay, somebody texted in, who's the best Gamecock in the NFL that is still currently playing? I got to go with Stephon Gilmore. Best defensive back in the league. I mean, I got to go with Stephon Gilmore. Somebody said we can thank Bobby Richardson for our kick-ass baseball program. He got it going. Indeed. All right, let's jump back to the phone lines also. Yo, what's going on, man? How are you?
How you doing, Chris?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Appreciate you calling in.
Oh, you right, Chris? Hey, Chris, Clayton Moore, Clayton used to be young back then, but he's not young so much anymore. What are your thoughts on that?
Just you saying like the way he looks, you're saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to try to draw any conclusions, but I mean, the dude's had COVID twice, so he looks sick. I'll be honest. He doesn't look great. But I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on behind closed doors in regards to his health, or I mean, I know he shaved his head or whatever, and I don't know. It looks wacky, that's for sure. I know that.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, Chris, I mean, it was not that long ago. He used to have good teams back then, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think that we've had a lot of quality players under Frank. We just haven't been able to put it together, whether it's been falling short in the non-conference or just conference play. You know, this year, obviously, it's conference play, but, you know, really the non-conference has killed you. And I mean, you look at the records, and again, over the last like 4 or 5 years, we have the 3rd best SEC record. But you just haven't been able to put it together for whatever reason. I don't really know what the deal is, what the issue is. I don't know. I don't know what the disconnect is. Again, it sounds like I'm talking about football again, which is crazy. But I don't know, man. I just look at this roster, and I think you're way too talented to especially play like you did the last game. Tomorrow's game is so important, in my opinion. Just being at home, you got to find a way. And Auburn's not some world beater. I mean, they're 8-7, 2-5 in the league. It's not like they're some great team. You know what I mean? So you got to find a way to get that one. I'll be interested to see. I don't think it's come out yet, but I'll be interested to see what the betting line is for this game. I'll be very interested to see. Yeah, it'll probably drop about 3 or 4 o'clock today. But, yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. Tomorrow is definitely one you got to have, though. There's no question.
Yeah, I agree, Chris. Let me tell you, Auburn, they're going to push you around. They're going to push around, you know.
Yeah. No, I mean, they're a very young team, but very talented. Got big, long guards. I'm picking Auburn to win just because I can't justify picking the Gamecocks to win right now because of the inconsistencies, and I just flat out don't know which team's going to show up. So, I'm not going to pick the Gamecocks to win, but it wouldn't shock me. And again, this game to me feels like a toss-up. So, I mean, I've got Auburn right now. I think 74-68 was my score prediction, but it would not shock me at all if South Carolina got the W. But again, the question is which South Carolina team is going to show up? Is it the one that kicked Texas A&M's ass, or is it and played good basketball against LSU, or is it the one we saw against Missouri that looks just flat out clueless? You know what I mean? So,
oh yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, Chris, I'm very confused right now. About this whole this whole situation with the football and the basketball, does it seem compared to you?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's trust me. I feel like this is deja vu because I feel like every year for Carolina basketball, we hit this point in the season where we're just dazed and confused. I mean, I really feel like that's a common theme for us. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what team we're going to see tomorrow. Hopefully it's the good version. That's all I can say. Hopefully it's the good version. So it's a big game. Got to have it.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, Justin. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Chris. Well, that's all I have to say, man. Thanks, man.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. Hey, I appreciate you calling in. And, yeah, hopefully the Cox can get us a W tomorrow. So.
Yeah, I hope we get that. I hope we just totally stay well. So maybe the fans can get the outside nose spot, you know?
Yeah, no, for sure. For sure. All we can do is hope. But, yeah, Justin, appreciate the call as always, man. Take care.
You too.
Yep. Thanks, boss. Later. Yep. 843-790-3377, guys. Got another text here. Hey, man, my name is Robbie Davis. I'm really pumped about Beamer's staff, and I feel like if it wasn't for COVID, Frank Martin's team would be doing much better. We haven't been able to play hardly any games. Go Gamecocks. Yeah, and again, the COVID thing, like I said, I'm hesitant to use it as an excuse, but it has been a real problem for this team. I'm not trying to make light of it and take that away. I'm really, really not. But at the same time, like, everybody's dealing with COVID. Everybody is. So it's just tough for me. Like, so what should we – my question is this. What should we do? Should we just say, season's a wash. Don't even need to watch. Doesn't even matter. Like, is every loss going to be excused because of the COVID thing? I mean, at some point, like, you know, I certainly hope the team isn't thinking that way. I hope they're not thinking that way. So. Again, guys, quick reminder, podcast, of course, dropped this morning, episode 365, breaking down tomorrow's game against Auburn and my final grades for Shane Beamer's coaching staff. So, Brian Dean says we didn't match up well with Missouri. Yeah, not having Frank and McCreary just killed us. That absolutely killed us. You're right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Savannah Webster says excited for women's game versus UConn. Need that win with the NC State slip up. Yeah, February the 8th, Monday at UConn. That'll be an interesting game for sure. When Carolina and UConn play, it's must-see TV. So, Brian Welch says Clemson fans during football season, y'all can't pull for the SEC against us. That's piggybacking off your conference success, not your own. Also, Clemson fans during basketball season, go Duke or go UNC. Yeah. Tyler Knoll, it's crazy that football made it all year, never canceled a game, but men's basketball seems like they can't stay healthy for more than a few days. Yeah, I understand from like the sheer numbers perspective, but it is wild. It really is wild, to be honest with you. So, Savannah Webster, do you do bulk shipping or per item? Looking at ordering a few for our giveaways down here. Yeah, hit me up. Yeah, Savannah, send me a DM, because if you're trying to get stuff for giveaways, I will get that sent to you at if nothing else at the wholesale price, so you guys aren't paying quite as much. If you guys want to do giveaways, I'd be more than happy to partner up on that. Just hit me up, DM, and we can figure that out. So. Savannah Webster, UConn beat UT on a last-minute 3 last night. UT is like ranked 20th. UConn has had COVID issues. It'll be an interesting game. I'm confident in Dawn and that crew and what they've got going. So, very confident. Oh, here we go. Gamecocks taking on Winthrop this year. A little home and home. How about it? Got to get a graphic made for that. We play. All right, that looks like that'll be the first midweek game for Carolina too. Yep, February the 23rd. So we play on February 23rd and then March the 2nd at Winthrop. So Rodney Creel, never been a baseball guy, but I'm going to start watching this year. I'll tell you, if you just watch my content, I've got you covered, my guy. I will be all over the baseball stuff. So trust me. John Gibbs ready for baseball. I am too, my friend. And it really is, honestly, it's one of, if not my favorite times of year, because it's so funny. I tell people, I think I'm busy during football season, which I am. Don't get me wrong. We're very busy during football season. But that time where baseball and basketball overlap and you've literally got games on games on games on games on games, that is fun. That is fun. I love that. It's like content bleeding out the eyeballs, like I said earlier this week. So I love it. I love it personally. So Justin says, I think the Board of Trustees should sit down with Frank and say the hot seat time starts now, tournament or bust. But, I'll say this too. How much of an impact does firing Muschamp have in all this? Because, heck, you just paid a $15 million buyout. I highly doubt we're going to be paying any money to get more coaches or hire more coaches. So I don't know. Again, guys, got less than 10 minutes left. Taking your questions. Gamecocks taking on Auburn tomorrow. I will be doing a live pregame show from 11 to 11:30, just taking your questions and comments before tip-off. And then, of course, tip-off at noon between South Carolina and Auburn. Should be really fun. Should be really, really fun stuff. Also, today, 5 o'clock, I am doing the Road to Glory with Luke Doty yet again. So I have re-downloaded the College Football Revamp mod. So hoping and praying the issues we had last time with it freezing and stuff like that should not be an issue any longer. So we'll see. RJ Kelly, any new guests coming? Yeah, I'm actually chatting with Braden Webb a little bit later today, former Gamecocks pitcher. I had Braden on about, almost 2 years ago, but getting him back on. Also have some interviews lined up next week that are going to be really awesome. Monday, I've got Parker Bangs, former Gamecocks baseball player, and then some other ones I'm working on as well. So, yeah, the guest interviews are going to continue to roll on, trust me. But, as we get closer to baseball season, you're going to notice it's probably going to be a lot more baseball guys. But, I kind of go in spurts with, it'll be a couple of baseball dudes and football and just kind of basketball, and then it just bounces around. So, Caden Graham, the game is on ESPN2 tomorrow. So, Ryan says, it's time for Martin to be on the hot seat. Winthrop has a red-hot coach that would do well at South Carolina. Like I said, man, I'm not on the fire Frank Martin train, almost simply for the fact that I don't want to be known as the guy who's just like the fire every coach we have guy. But again, I'm at the point where if Tanner and Castle, if they wanted to go a different direction, I wouldn't be opposed. I'd be fine with it. I really would. So look at a text here on the text line. Somebody texted and said, views on upcoming Gamecock baseball season, your expectations. Feel really good about it. I really do. Again, I think this is probably a 36 or 37 win club, 15 or 16 SEC win type club. Again, I'll have a full breakdown of the season, my projected lineups, all that good stuff, the week of opening day. Now, leading up to that, I'm doing position unit previews, breaking down. So this week we wrote down starting pitchers on Tuesday, bullpen and relievers on Thursday. Next week it'll be like first baseman and second baseman. But again, we'll be doing preview and all that content. But I feel good about baseball, man. I'm excited for this baseball team. I really am. So here we go. We already read that one. Let's see. Again, Friday, January the 22nd, guys, TGIF. Justin Bell says, boneless or bone in? Now, are we talking wings, I'd assume? Because if we're talking wings, you got to go bone in. Because a boneless wing is a chicken nugget, right? So Billy Vincent says 2 words, Greg Marshall. RJ Kelly definitely top 5 in SEC in baseball. The SEC's loaded too, man. If we finish top 5 in the league, I think that'd be a damn good season. Paul Yerborough, Parker Bangs played for my high school. Loved watching him growing up. He also threw a gem against Madison Umgar in the North Carolina 4AA state championship in 2006. Greg Rabel, your opinion, who leads the Gamecocks in home runs this season? I got to go Wes Clark, man. I got to go Wes Clark. That dude's a freaking beast. So, got to give me Wes Clark. Sedarius Days, drums or flats? You know, I used to say drums just like that, but I gotta be honest. Flats is more like flats are better. It's just a better fit for eating a wing. I like them both, though. I mean, let's be honest. You guys are making me want wings, by the way. John Gibbs, my biggest question for baseball is why the hell isn't our Clemson Sucks weekend on a local TV station? We might get one game on TV. The middle game especially needs to always be on TV. Pisses me off. I can watch Rice play, but not our local teams. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why they make that decision. So I don't know. I don't know how they decided or whatever, but I don't know how that game's not on a local TV station, my friend. I have no idea. Landon, I'll up Justin, ranch or blue cheese. You got to go with the blue cheese. I've been to Buffalo, and the blue cheese is fun. I don't know. I just got really hooked on blue cheese, so I'm a blue cheese guy personally. So let's see. Again, Friday, really excited for today, man. Really pumped. This has been a fun week for sure. Yeah, blue cheese is elite. Blue cheese is elite for sure. Blue cheese is elite. I mean, I like ranch too. Don't get me wrong. Like if ranch is available, I'll eat ranch. But like, I remember there was a place in Charlotte called Lebowski's. Man, their wings, but their blue cheese was next level good. I mean, it was just, it's the best blue cheese. Probably the best wings I've ever had. Honestly, so good, so freaking good. Ronnie Pace, meant to get back to you, by the way. I'm still looking for a vendor. I'm trying to find the person I used on Etsy beforehand to make the flags. I want to go ahead and get you a flag, man. I'm tired of putting it off, and I apologize. So I will take care of that. It's just freaking annoying, dude. It's who knew it was that hard to get a flag made? Justin Bell, no, I will not be at Wingstop in about there. I will not. No, I maybe tonight, but not there. We got stuff to do today. So, Sedarius Days, Yardcocks need to get to Omaha. I'd love to see it. John Gibbs, are you going to all 3 Clemson weekend games? I try to go to all, but mostly Columbia, and the middle game going up to Tatertown is a lot for me to handle, but always love to support my Gamecocks. I'm planning on being at all 3. So, I'm planning on being at all 3. Sedarius Days, a live TSUS show in Omaha would be like a dream come true, honestly. Really would. Caden Grant flag, next merch drop. I'm going to be working on that. I'm going to be working on that. So, Braden Morris, the best wings I've ever had when I was in South Korea military. What are your favorite in Columbia? Probably the best I've had is D's Wings in Casey. That place is really good. Again, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks so much. Again, check out the podcast if you have not. Episode 365, breaking down the Auburn game tomorrow, and also Shane Beamer's staff finally being completed. We finally get to talk about a complete staff in Columbia. But, guys, thank you again so much for the love and support. Again, Road to Glory later today at 5 o'clock. And then tomorrow morning, guys, pregame show before the Auburn game, 11 to 11:30. Should be a lot of fun. But, again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll talk soon. Thanks.